All right, it's another United Market interview here with the one and only Twysted Genius.
For sure.
How you doing today?
Man, I'm good, man.
It's good to hear. So, basically, I just wanted to start it off by just asking you kind of like, you know, from a young age, what got you interested in being in like music and making beats and stuff like that?
Man, for real, like you said, ever since I was young, I just always been fascinated with sounds and music, you know what I'm saying? And once I came to it and I knew this what I wanted to do, I just went at it, you know what I'm saying? Since I was like 11. That's when I made my first beat when I was like 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been going since.
So, like, how did that go? Your first beat? Did you do it like a?
I was just telling somebody about it yesterday, man. I'll never forget when I first made my first beat by myself. Man, it took me like 10 hours to do the beat, and that shit wasn't number like a minute long. Never before the nigga know how to copy and paste and all that shit.
Yeah.
Man, I never forget. I wish I can find that beat though, so I can, show, you know what I'm saying, from where I started to where I got to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know where that beat at.
So, like, from that first beat and then to where you are now, what would you say are like kind of like things that have inspired you along the way to keep going and just progressing and really making that into your main focus and career?
Man, for real, just paying attention to the signs.
Mm-hmm.
Like from when I started up until now, like I just got a lot of signs to tell me like, okay, this it, you know what I'm saying? Like do this, like don't stop this, like keep doing it this way and all that. I ain't ignored no signs and it worked out.
Yeah. So who were some of like, a lot of producers when they're at a young age, they have certain producers that they kind of like their sound. Did you have any type of like producers who you kind of like looked up to as like that inspiration, and like who were they?
Zay told me first off. Shout out to Zay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of people compare my sound like years ago to Mike Will.
Yeah.
Yeah, to Mike Will. You know, the Lex. I came up when the Lex was popping. The Lex Louisville Trap sound.
Yeah.
Lex, you know what I'm saying? Scott Storch.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say them right there.
Yeah.
Timbaland too, of course.
Yeah. Timbaland big.
Yes, sir.
He's basically a legend in the producer community.
Yeah.
So moving along, how did you get into connection with Lil Baby, and can you tell me a little bit about that connection and projects that you guys did together?
Man, it was a long time coming, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I didn't expect it, but I didn't expect it to go how it went.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So like it just came with a lot of networking, you know what I'm saying, just staying around.
Yeah.
And it was like when I first started coming up with the QC, you know what I'm saying? Like I came, brought the product, had a nice little product, so that what kept me, you know what I'm saying, kept me around. So got better and better, picking everybody's sound, started with the small artists, this and that and that. So you know what I'm saying? Once I picked Baby sound, I never forget, I had got a phone call and it was like, come to the studio, woo. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm coming for, but I'm there.
Yeah.
So I pull up, soon I get to the door right here, like, we need you to record Baby. I'm like, I ain't really no engineer, so at that moment I got locked up for a second. I'm like, fuck it, I can do it, I can get the job done.
Yeah.
So shit, we go, we get the record, and bro, hey man, did I have some beats? Shit, I know I got the beats, so got the plan on the beats, and shit, that's how the shit happened.
Yeah.
Actually, the first beat I played him that he actually jumped on of mine was the one with him and Wayne on.
Forever.
Yeah.
I definitely fuck with that song. So that was just through networking and just
just
building
that
that relationship and just my bad. But so during that time period, like when he had dropped My Turn, that was during like the whole pandemic and everything.
Right.
So how did that kind of affect your business and like what you were doing? Because everything
I ain't gonna lie, I love when people ask me that question. I ain't gonna lie, to me, the whole pandemic shit was probably the best shit that happened to me.
Really?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it was like, at that time, nobody wanted to be around nobody. Mm-hmm. Two, they done shut a bunch of shit down, so it gave me a whole bunch of time to myself. at home.
Yeah.
And it made me comfortable. And by the time the world kind of opened back up, nigga, I done made 1,000 more beats on top of the thousands I already got. So now I'm already caught up. I'm probably years ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like I got so many beats, and it made me comfortable for one. So now it's like I'm caught up on the beats. So once I get them type of phone calls, I can send the pack. Like I just before I came here, I just sent 100 beats to Gucci and them for the whole label.
Wow.
100 beats, and I still got hundreds more. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I that shit was the best shit happened to me for real.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Definitely, because during that time period, it was just like everything was just different. You know what I mean? So for a lot of people, it gave people time to just do them by themselves and really like.
And I kind of say I got lucky too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the midst of all that, bro had the hardest album. You know what I'm saying? Then I had some of the hardest songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
So like, nigga just looked up for real.
Yeah, because that My Turn, that got like over 1 billion streams, I think.
Yeah,
and like that one, I was playing that a whole year, still
playing.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? You can play that motherfucker from front to back to front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's still going, like you said. It's still going.
Yeah. So then, like with My Turn, what were some kind of like other projects that you had like worked on and like before My Turn, kind of that were
a lot of projects I was doing before then weren't a lot of big projects.
Yeah.
Like I'm more of a producer who going at the big artists cool, but I like to find the small artists that's on the come up, or you know what I'm saying, develop the sound and get with them, you know what I'm saying, and woo. But a lot of the other projects, it wasn't really big project. I was working with a lot of artists around Atlanta.
Yeah.
Me and Marlo was locked in before the Baby shit though. We did a bunch of shit.
Yeah. And so, do you have any kind of like artists from maybe back home that you did work with?
Yeah. I done pretty much work with every artist in my own time.
Yeah. So, from being from Mississippi and then coming to Atlanta, what went into that decision to want to venture out to a different city? You know what I mean? Because like with being a producer, I know like in like being in the industry, obviously you gotta just like kind of like be in the crowd. So like, why Atlanta, and what led to that decision?
Ever since I was about 16, 17, like I had people telling me like, bro, you need to come to Atlanta. You got that sound. But like 16, you know what I'm saying, niggas like I'm still in school.
Yeah.
Can't really make my own decision to make that kind of move yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was scared because you know what I'm saying, I didn't feel like I was ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But once I did it, it opened up. It opened up a lot of doors, and you know what I'm saying, like. And you said, what made it Atlanta? Because like, shit, everybody at the time, all the music coming out of Atlanta. You feel me? So I'm like, shit, if I go to Atlanta and can get some shit going on, it's gonna spread. So you know what I'm saying, and that's what I did.
Yeah. So where did the name Twysted Genius come from? And like, what was the story?
The name Twysted Genius. Alright, so it was like when I was in junior high school. Me and my partner, we was making beats. And at the time, I was trying to find a new name. I would stick my old name out there, but I ain't gonna tell y'all that. That shit was so lame. But yeah, we were making beats. You know, I produce a collab, he get on, then it's my turn to touch the beat, whatever. Mm-hmm. So then it was my turn to do, so I did some crazy ass, weird ass shit.
Yeah.
And he kind of said it. He like, damn, boy, you're a genius. Then he put the Twysted in front of the Brain Blast.
That's right there.
Right there. Boom. That's my name. Right then and there. The next day I had a Twitter account. All there. Then that's when I was like, once I knew that was going to be my name, that's when I started my social media.
Okay. And then, so, a lot of producers, when they get their tag, from me talking to a bunch of other producers, are always like, oh, yeah, that comes from, like, a song or, like, somebody being in the booth, and then they just say it. So how did you get your tag? And,
Actually, my tag, it was a girl who I worked with in my hometown.
Yeah.
She hard, too. So I had a studio at the crib. And so we was in there, and I was looking for a new tag. And I actually called her in to do it. And, you know what I'm saying, it came out to be what it was. And it was just like I wanted it.
Yeah.
You know
so how many different tags do you have? Because I think There was I think don't you have like two tags?
Yeah, it's two that I use right now.
Yeah, it's the one is who made this beat, and then
Yeah.
the other one is the Twysted Genius.
Yeah,
One.
and the
Yeah,
other one say twist y'all niggas up.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
real quick. I put it in the beginning of the beat.
yeah, definitely. Cause I be hearing.
I had a few more, but I was like, I can't keep throwing all these different tags. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna confuse the folks. So I gotta stick to something.
Just keep that brand
Yeah,
strong.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So, are there any other producers who you've had the chance to collab with, like on certain projects, like because collaboration, is turning into kind of like a big thing in the producer
Yeah.
industry. So, have you had the chance to really do
Yeah,
that?
actually, me and Zay told me. Me and Zay did Real Baby Pluto on
Mm.
Future
Yeah.
and Uzi album. Who else? Actually, me and Zay got a few more. Me and Quay got some. Man, it's a bunch, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
a lot, bro.
Yeah. So,
It's still a lot I want to work with too, though. You know what I'm saying?
And so, like, when it comes to collaborating, do you guys kind of just look at the person's sound, or is it more so their history and like projects that they've done? Like, what goes into that?
It really all run together.
Okay.
Well, I can't speak for other producers, but for me, it really all run together. But at the same time, I don't think it matters if a nigga hard, he hard. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, like you said, in the game and stuff, they're gonna look at the 9 out of 10. They're gonna look at the history first, like what he done, this and that and that.
Yeah.
But if a nigga hard, he just hard. You gotta fuck with him.
Yeah. 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 So, like, I mean, with United Market, I don't know if you've had a chance to really go through the screens or anything yet, but like from your own perspective, what do you kind of think about like what we're doing and what we got going on?
Man, like from what I've seen so far, I fucks with it. Like I think the shit gonna be colossal. You feel me? I think the shit gonna be colossal. Like I said, when I first saw it, I thought it was, you know what I'm saying. I was like, damn, what is this? I gotta tap into this, like, cause I like what was going on because it reminded me of an idea that I had a while ago.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I'm like, I gotta tap in with this. So then when I start seeing a couple of the bros fuck with them, I'm like, okay, so they legit. The brother fuck with them, so you know what I'm saying, let's go on tie it all in.
I mean, so like our story kind of is just we've been working with a lot of different producers, as you know, like Matt, and just different people to really kind of like build out the product in and of itself. So that's what kind of like led to us being, in a position to do an interview with you. You know what I'm saying? And so, but one thing that I did want to ask you is, how do you think that, like a big city like Atlanta is different from like a place like you're from, like from in terms of just the producers, in terms of the sound, like how is the scene from Mississippi different than Atlanta, Georgia?
First off, it's just way more resources.
Okay.
First, you know what I'm saying? It kind of play a part in the mindset in the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can probably take some of the producers or whatever artists and what they got going on here and put it there, it'll change because of what's around it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that it play a big part down there. But it's more of the mindset and shit like that around that way.
Yeah. And so now you're signed with QC now, right? Okay, so what kind of led up to that opportunity, and what were some things that kind of like fell in place for that too?
Man, that shit was huge. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I knew it could happen, but I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when I first started coming around, like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I'm here, cool, niggas here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna really get the shot. Like, I'm gonna really get the shot and, you know what I'm saying, dominate. You feel me? That was all the thoughts, but it, you know what I'm saying, it all worked out. And that shit was cool as fuck because at the time, still to this day, shit, everybody in the fucking, a lot of people in the world want to be QC. And shit, I was provided with the opportunity and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Took it and ran with it.
Yeah. So day to day, what is kind of your own personal like schedule? Do you have any like habits that kind of like inform like your own success? Like what goals do you have, any goals on a day-to-day basis that you kind of like strive to just meet, or any type
That's
of
a
habits?
good question, and to answer it, not really. I just wake up every day and go with the flow.
It's
Whatever
kind of like an
comes.
art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like say today, I don't know what tomorrow holds, so I can't really say what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I just wake up, check my phone, whatever I see first, you know what I'm saying? That's what's it gonna line up from there. You know, I might make some beats, I might not make no beats. I don't make beats every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I try to, but I don't like to force it. So if I can't, I might take some days off, come back to it.
Yeah.
What it is.
Sometimes I like when I get because when you work on something for kind of an extended period of time, it can kind of lead into just like a burnout almost, and you want to just kind of like just separate for a little bit and just come back to it full speed.
It's mandatory, man. I don't think nobody can make beats. You can't make beats every day, dog. Not every day. Well, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Can't make beats every day.
Yeah.
I got enough, you know what I'm saying? I got enough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all good. I ain't gonna miss too much that day that I don't make no beats. I got some stashed away for the times I didn't make none. You feel me? It's like, cause the time I'm taking off, it ain't like I'm not doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cause in that time, I'm probably going back through old beats, tweaking them, whatever.
Yeah. So, are there any like things that you wish you kind of knew before? So, on the business side of being a producer, are there any things that you wish you kind of like knew going into it, or any like tips that you would give to, let's say, like a producer who's just starting out, and somebody who's looking to grow, you know,
To be honest, I don't think so. I kind of like a hands on. Let me see. Everything that I know now, I learned on the, you know what I'm saying, just hands on. Like, okay, I've been in this situation. I learned it to do it this way or whatever, not to do it this way, and I can take that and you know what I'm saying, take that and use it over here.
Yeah,
exactly. You feel
yeah.
me? So it kind of grow every time. So I ain't gonna lie, I don't even really know too much. A long time ago, I had it. I thought I knew a little bit, which I did know this much, but that wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
You feel me? Compared to what I know now, and I still got a lot more to learn. You feel me?
Yeah. So it just came from just that constant experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's why I tell everybody, you just gotta
do it.
You just gotta do it, and you learn better from doing it instead of listening to somebody tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And that's another thing I tell a lot of people, like, especially upcoming, like, you can't. It's gonna be a lot of people in your ear. It can throw you off, and you don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to make nobody. You don't want to make your decision based on what somebody else wants you to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that because now you're doing it for them. You ain't doing it for you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's all the questions that I pretty much got. Once again, it's United Market interview here with the one and only Twysted Genius.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for being on board, and glad to have you, doing this interview with us today.
Who made this beat? Twysted Genius, baby.